Hey there, I'm going to make a video about how to achieve the sub 5 achievement for this puzzle. So I'll split this tutorial into 4 sections or categories because I think you need to achieve these 4 or master these 4 categories before you can be that fast. So the 4 categories is the puzzle, the second one is the method, the third one is inspection, and the last one will be practice. Of course, practice. So you can skip to the different categories if you want to. I'll link it down below. The first category is the puzzle. So what you want to do, or what you want to have, is a puzzle that is capable of doing a sub 5 average. So it needs to turn smooth, so it doesn't turn like shit. Then you want it to turn fast also. And a very, very, very important thing is that the tips turns good. If the tips doesn't turn good, sub 5 is almost impossible. If you have a puzzle with nice turning tips, but the body, this part, turns like crap, you can still get sub 5 average. The tips will slow you so much down if they doesn't turn any good. So what you want to have is some tips that turns good. And for that, I think the QJ is quite nice, or the methods to the speed methods, which isn't released yet, but I have 2 prototypes here, a white and a green. There's a flaw in the design, so they haven't released it yet. The methods one, the old one, or not the old one, but what I mean, I think it's the methods 2. The tips turns quite nice. The body is so stiff, which means you should still be able to do sub 5 with it. You can also put a ghost hand. The tips turns very nice, but it doesn't turn like the same. Another thing is that you want all the tips to turn the same, so that's also an important thing. It's quite hard to adjust a Pyraminx, so it's kind of luck when you buy it. The new Methods Speed Pyraminxes is adjustable. You can just pull out a tip and adjust it. The tips doesn't fall off in the speed solve, so I think it's nice. Another thing you have to look at when you are doing the puzzle thing is you want stickers or tiles, whatever you think is better. I think stickers is better because you can faster move your hands over the faces without getting stuck in a tile. So I prefer stickers. I know a lot of the top speed Pyraminxes prefer stickers, so that's what I would tell you to go for, or at least try. And the stickers that comes with the methods and many other brands are kind of bad, so you may want to re-sticker them. This is a ghost hand. It's almost the same color scheme as I use. The quality of the stickers are not too good, but the surface is good, so I kept them on. So for the methods, the stickers sucks, seriously. Here, they are so slippy whenever you begin to sweat just a tiny bit, so I wouldn't go for the method stickers. I would re-stick it as soon as possible. I know the QJ got new stickers, they're kinda good. See, this is, wait, what do I have? Oh no, I don't think I have any QJ stickers here. Maybe yeah. These are QJ stickers, and these are some stickers I just bought on the internet. can just show like this. They're called half bright stickers, and I bought them on Cube's debit. So. And moving on to the method. The Pyraminx is a very simple puzzle, so you also want a very simple method to solve it with. So when I say that, I want you to pick a method where the last step is just 3 edges. So you can either choose a method where you end with these 3 edges or these 3 edges. So these 3 or these 3. And why do I want you to do that? That is because the last step will be so easy to recognize. Seriously, it will be so easy to recognize. Plus, you can actually inspect all the rest of the puzzle in the inspection. And it's not that hard to learn. I mean, even with this simple last step, I can sometimes overlook it if you practice it a bit. Yes, so a lot of people say I'm using OK or keyhole or WO or any other special method. Just ignore it. Solve it intuitively. You can stick to a method, but it's much more nice to have nothing to stick with. So you learn all of the methods, like OK, keyhole, and so on, just to know the cases you can get. Because when you solve it, you can actually split it up in 2 steps the first. So let me show you. Oh yeah, for this one I'm solving these 2 edges, and then I'm using the last edge to solve 2 centers. So that is the first step, just solving something, and the second step, and then I'm at the last layer. Also, the tips, you may wonder when to solve it. If you solve it in the beginning, you have much faster last layer. If you solve it in the end, which I prefer, you get a slower last layer, but in the transition between the upper layer and the bottom layer, while you're recognizing the last layer, you can actually turn this face here. Let's say you have this, and it looks like that. You can actually, while turning it around and recognizing the last layer, just turn something. That's a free tip. So that's why I prefer tips in the end, but I know that when you can just do like for the last layer, it also works. But I haven't practiced the tips in the beginning, so I don't solve the tips in the beginning. So just practice doing it intuitively. Learn whatever method you can find. Don't stick to it. Just say I can solve it intuitively. Another super important thing is to use the inspection. Seriously, use it. Because when you're solving a puzzle intuitively, you need to know what you're doing, because you're making an intuitive thing into a methodic thing. So you want to use the inspection as much as possible. So let me show what I mean. So I didn't scramble the tips because I don't look at the tips in the beginning. And also, doing the tips in the end means you don't have to inspect the tips in the beginning, which means you can inspect more. So, let me see. That's a hot scramble. Yes, so right now I know exactly what I need to do until the last step, so I can actually put it away and just solve it. So let me try. So yeah, see the top 3 edges and the centers. Now I'm at the last layer. You have to be able to do the same, because if you can do that, you can solve it so much faster, because you only have one recognition step. And if you can solve a tip and adjust this layer, this last layer, while recognizing, you have almost no recognition time at all. So try, practice it. And when I say you have to practice it, I can actually show what I did to practice it. So what I did was I just scrambled it. Yeah, so now it's scrambled, then I begin inspecting it. So let's see. Yeah, so right now I have an idea of what to do. So I can actually just put the puzzle away and write down the solution. So what would it be? So I think that is the solution for the first 3 edges and the last centers. So let's see. B, R inverted, U, R inverted, U, L inverted. Top 3 edges and the centers of the bottom layer. Now I just have tips and the adjustment of this layer. So when you can do that almost all the time and get the solution right, I get some mistakes sometimes because it is a very hard practice to do. When you think you can do it almost all the time, you can actually try to time it and see if you can get it sub 15 each time. And it is harder to recall it this way than doing an actual solve. So also you have to imagine the puzzle in your head while writing down the solution, which means you actually learn to solve the puzzle inside your head, which means you can find a solution much faster, or a solution much faster. So let me do another solve or inspection where I just solve the first 3 edges and the bottom centers, and I'll try to time it. Also, these are just hand scrambles, so yeah. Yes. I think I got it. U, L, R inverted, U inverted, L, U inverted, R. Let's check if it's correct. U, L, R inverted, U inverted, L, U, R. Or U inverted. Yes. Well, I did right. So that is a way to practice your inspection. Also, you need to practice just solving the tips. It might seem weird, but sometimes I just do like that. Solve 2 tips in one movement. So sometimes you can do like this. So try solve 2 tips at a time. Sometimes it's impossible, but try it. Just try solve 2 tips at a time. Yes, and then you have to practice your last layer. Very important thing. So you have to practice doing your algorithms fast. So this will also help you to just solve fast in general. So you can just do 2 tips. You don't have to time it. Just try to do it fast, and then of course if someone asks you how fast you can do it, you can time it, but you don't have to time it at all. So Yes, so it has to feel natural to do it fast, and also you have to use a turning technique or turning style, which you can really choose. I mean, you don't have to stick to one turning style. I know Yohei has the cool turning style where he holds the top and just turns like this, and that works very nice for him. I know Dmitry Kritzban, or whatever his name is, from Russia, turns, I'll just, oh, it's nice. I think he finger tricks it all the time. The same with Jules Deschedin from France, the world champion. He also finger tricks it a lot. So you can finger trick it if you want to. You can turn wristing like this, or you can do a combination of it, which is what I do. I try to make a combination, so if I have a soul that I think works better with the Oka turning style, wristing, I'll wrist. If I think the finger tricking works better, I'll finger trick it. So yeah. So back to the algorithms. You have to practice your algorithms until they feel natural. So yes, and I wanted to show you a way to do the 2 flip faster, because many people will learn it like L, R inverted, L inverted, R, and then maybe turn it like this, L inverted, R, L, R inverted. And that is cool, but you could also just move your left hand like this, which means you only have to think of doing one thing. The right hand will be still, so that's a 2 flip, only using your left hand. And if you want to do that even faster, you can actually just move your right hand a tiny bit. Not much, but you turn it a tiny bit, but you still only use your left hand to do that. The same thing with the other last layer cases. So you have this one, has to go counterclockwise. You can just use your left hand. Oh wait. The right hand is being still. If you prefer using your right hand, you can hold your left hand still instead. I haven't practiced it, so this is the first time I tried. Yes, it feels weird. Yes, so it might feel very uncomfortable in the beginning, but it will, when you practice it, get you to a much faster stage. And also, this is a very fast puzzle to do, so try find just 30 minutes a day, or 1 hour, no, not 1 hour, just 30 minutes. Do an average of 100. It shouldn't take much longer than half an hour. So just spend an average of 100 each day, and I promise you that it will become more natural to solve it. And when you have more time, practice the inspection or the algorithms, which you can do just whenever you have like a half minute. So yes, I hope you enjoyed my road to sub 5 for this puzzle, and as an ending I'll just show you a sub 5 solve for each of these 5 pyraminxes. So this is a ghost hand, this is a speed pyraminx from Methods, green plastic. This is a Methods 2 or something like that from Methods. This is a speed pyraminx from Methods. This is the first released version. So I got it back in January. This one I got in February, I think. And this one is a QJ, which is my favorite at this time. If you want me to do a video tutorial about how to make a pyraminx good, from scratch. You can actually send me a Pyraminx unboxed, so I can unbox it, make it good, show you what I do to make it good, and then I will send it back to you, so you get a free good Pyraminx. So think about it and send me a private message if you want me to do that video. $4.19. $4.18, and I even did the last layer wrong. $4.69. $3.16. $3.84. I hope you liked the video. If you want more tutorials like this, or routes to something for Pyraminx or Megaminx videos, please like it. If you just want more videos from me, subscribe. And if you have any questions, just make a comment and I'll answer them. So yeah.